Hey guys, Darren here. Thanks for joining the Stock Option Market Weekly Update for the week of July 15th, 2024. Today we're going to talk about where we are in the stock market today, the S&P 500. We're going to talk about what we've done in the last week as well as year to date. We're going to look at the different sectors and how they performed and what they look like moving forward. And we're going to talk about some of the economic data, the news that came out last week and is coming out this week. And we will touch on the different sectors as well. Then we're going to jump into the live trades on the option trading platform. Before we get started, be sure and hit that like and subscribe button down below. It gets the video out to more people and it really helps out the channel. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I think it's super important that we understand all the strategies and tools that the rich are using to get richer. Then we can use those same tools and strategies to profit for ourselves safely in any market. Be sure and download the free options workshop in the link below. It talks about the two main benefits of trading options over buying stocks alone outright. There's also a paid course if you want to dig in deeper to the option trading and get the most bang for your buck. Use the link below and open an account with Moomoo. You get 8.1% on uninvested cash and up to 15 free stocks. 5 for a deposit of just $100 and 10 more for $1,000. You also get the free charting software that is great and I use it every day. It's a zero commission online trading platform and brokerage. Disclaimer, I'm not a financial planner and I'm not recommending trades. Please do your own research and if you're new or learning options, I recommend you start small. All right, guys, this is a 5-day chart. So last week for the S&P 500 SPX, and we started the week at 55.67 and ended up at 56.15. So just slightly up last week. And then year to date, we are up around 17%. So we're up big this year. We started at 47.43. The forward PE is 21 now, so it's above the 17.8 10-year average. As far as the economic calendar, this week we've got retail sales coming out Tuesday. Minus 2% is expected, the forecast. The previous was 0.1%. And Wednesday, we've got housing starts. We've got jobless claims on Thursday. So no PCI or PPI. We had that last week. Last week, we had on Thursday, course CPI. 0.2 was expected. It came out in at 0.1%. So that was good. Consumer price index came in lower. That's good for the economy, good for the Fed staying on track and looking to lower interest rates in September. Core PPI was again below the 0.2 expected at 0. And here is there's a chance we're at 5.25 to 5.5 right now on the Fed funds rate. It's expected to be a quarter point cut in September. Now 90% chance factored in, so that's almost a done deal with the numbers. If we look at the sectors, year to date everything's up. Communication 18%, the S&P 500 17%. Utilities is now up big, 12%. It just made a big jump. Tech is the biggest winner, 21%, so it's huge. And then just last week, again, everything was pretty much up except communications, services. Real estate was up big, 4.41%, and that's due to that possibility of the Fed rate cut in September, which looks like it's going to happen. The fear and greed index now is 56, so it is up a little bit from previous, and that's because the market moved up. So I think last week it was at 44, but as the market moves up, the fear and greed index also moves up. So let's jump right into the trades that we've got on. We've got Apple is the first one. These are just sorted by alphabetical order, and we are at 230 right now, the latest price. That's what it closed that Friday, and IVR is 67, so high IVR. Let's look at, okay, so we've got positions over here. Let me move that over a little, and then we can make sure we can see when the earnings is coming out. Earnings is coming out August 1st. So a couple of weeks, we've got a lot of earnings coming up in a couple of weeks. Our target price, my target price is 220, so it's kind of right in the middle of that range. If I go to curve mode, this is the Tasty Trade platform. There is a link down below for this, and you can get some benefits when you join. And you can see right here, we're at the top end of my range. I've got the Iron Condor on. As long as we stay in between the short strikes, the put and the call strike, we are profitable in this green zone. And I'm profitable up to almost, what, 238 down to 206, 207. And we're right in the middle of that range. So we're looking good on Apple. And again, the target is 220 that I have on it. Let's look year to date. Let me change this to year to date. Let's see. Or we'll change it to 1 year. And then we're going to go to 1 day. And we'll look at the chart. I've actually got volume on here now too. But you can see where we're at. There's been a big move up in Apple. So again, we're at the top end of the range. Airbnb, I like a lot. It had a drop last week. If we look here, look at that drop down to 145. So I actually took some profits on Airbnb, and you can see in the last 30 days, we made $272 just staying long. My target for Airbnb, again, they've got earnings 8.1, but my target's 170, and it's 146 right now. On this Tasty Trade platform, you can actually go to finance, or right here, click on this tab, Research News. You can look at the financials. You can look at the ratios, the forecast, and you know what? It's not showing on this price, their target price. Oh well. I'll do a video coming up on Airbnb as well, because I think it's a great buy right now. But it should be very good. They dropped a little. I believe it was due to some news that came out on background checks and hidden cameras at their Airbnb facility, different locations. They've had some tickets, some claims against people having hidden cameras. You don't want people watching you later when you're in a staying at somebody's house and renting a room for the night or the weekend, that privacy. But I would think that they would have the same issues in hotels. But anyway, I think that's just an opportunity to get in and be long. We're profitable anywhere above this 142.5 or 146 right now, so we're looking good. And again, 272 in the last 30 days. Okay, let's move through this a little quicker. AMD, I'm long 181 right now. We've done really well in AMD. My target for AMD is $200. And the way that I get my target, well, you can see in the last 30 days, we've made $1,000 in AMD, just trading long. And I closed out some positions because we had some long ones on. We're 33 days out in August right now. But I'll look at the long-term trend and just kind of draw a trend line. I'll look back 5 years or so. If you look back 5 years and then you go to weekly, you can kind of draw a trend line. Boom. And I just kind of keep it going. But yeah, probably have a target. They're in AI. I think I'm going to raise my target to about 220. I think it's low right now. So I'm going to change my target to 220 on AMD. But that's how I come up with my targets. Amazon, 195. And I take into account the fundamentals, everything. But I think the biggest factor is just the long-term trend of the stock. And if it's above or below that, over the last 5 years. And then I know, from the research if it's doing well or not, and if they've got the fundamentals are good, the balance and income statement and all that. Amazon 190, 180 put spread, so we're long. It's at 195. It's done really well. We've made quite a bit in the last, $598 and just in the last 30 days. Again, same put credit spread. We profit as it moves up. We can move all the way down to 186 and we make money. We're at 194 right now. I'm going to change this back to the 1 year and the daily. There we go. But you can see the trend up. And we've got the short-term moving average above the longer term. I think this is maybe the 13 and the 50 is what this is, I believe, or it could be the 50 and the 200-day moving average. I've got to look. Actually, we can look right here on indicators and moving average 2 lines. You know what? It doesn't even tell us. But anyway, Amazon long. Earnings 8.1. My target for Amazon is 225. They're a monster in AI, everything. CEG, Constellation Energy. So with AI being big and these power plants, they're big in nuclear. They're in talks with Amazon partnership, and these are needed for the data centers that power, AI, and it's going to continue to grow. So 235 is my target. We're at 217. We just put this trade on and we're up 63 bucks. Similar put spread. DraftKings, I do poor man's covered calls. I've got a 39 call against a leaps, $30 leaps. DraftKings has done really well for us. By the way, if you want to learn about leaps or poor man's covered calls, check out my other videos. I've got videos on those. The last 30 days, $209 in DraftKings. And it's a great way to control 100 shares of stock without having to put up all the cash for that. This is only using $1,800 in buying power versus if you bought 100 shares, it's $3,786. It's the stock price times 100 shares. But DraftKings has done really well. 209 over 30 days, and over the last year, $3,130. So it's been doing great. It's just a cash king. My target for DraftKings is $50. Online gambling, I think, is going to continue to grow. FCX, Freeport McMoran. This is just for a little bit of diversification. They are into mining, minerals, gold, copper. It's all needed now, especially for the EVs, and copper's needed for the economy is expected to grow, so it should do well. I've got a put spread on. We're up slightly. $56 is my target on FCX. There's the showing the profit zone, and then if you look at the chart, it's been moving up. It's trending up. Gold. I've been doing iron condors. It's got high IVR of 54. So in high IVR, there is great premium to be made. So that's why I am in gold. When I see anything over 50 IVR and it's liquid, and having gold is diversified, the stock market drops, gold probably won't. It's at 223 right now and 54. I'm right in the middle, I believe. Yep, with the iron condor. It has been trading in that range. So we're profitable 215 to 230. And if you look at here, I've got actually 210 to 225. It's been trading in that range. So we just print money as long as it stays in that profit zone. And with gold in the last 30 days, we have made $233. So they've all been very profitable going forward. Okay, and Google we've got at 185 price, and the IVR is 78. And we've got an iron condor 170, 180 put spread and a 205, 215 call spread. So we're right in the middle of that profit zone again. And on the lower end, which I like because I'm long Google all the way up to 200. And you can see the chart. It's been trending up. And we've got that trade range, and we've done well in Google over the last 30 days, $526. So it's been very profitable for us, and Google is dominant. As we know, they've got earnings coming out on 7/23, so not too far off, 9 days, or basically a little over a week. And the next one that we've got is Netflix. Similar, I've got two iron condors on. Earnings is 718, and we've got 719 iron condor on. So we'll take a look at this going forward. But Netflix has been profitable for us with those iron condors. It's been trading within a range. My target's 670, so a little bit higher. There's that range. There's the two sets of put spreads and the two call spreads. And over the last 30 days, we've made 460 bucks. And if we stay in that range, we're going to be in good shape. But you can see on the chart that Netflix has been kind of trending up, but staying within the range. It's kind of right in the middle of that range right now. So we'll look at that closer as we get closer to earnings. ServiceNow, great cloud security, great cloud company, AI company. It had a big drop and right down here. And then that's when I put on another put spread. So we're long and profitable all the way down to 725. It's at 757 high IVR right now. There was a reason for the move down. There was an analyst downgrade, and I didn't understand it. Actually, Jim Cramer didn't understand it either. He had this CEO on, and CEO seems great. Company's great. Their numbers are incredible. There is resistance at this 800 range, but we're at 757 right now. We've got the put spreads. I'm long now because I think, it's going to move up. I believe the numbers are going to be good, and I believe it's a great long play. My target's 800, and love the stock, ServiceNow. NVIDIA is the next one. Everybody knows that. AI is huge. I've got an iron condor on. We're at 129, and there's the chart. We're right in the middle of the target range with our iron condor. Little above it, but I like NVIDIA going long, and it's done good for us. Palantir, poor man's covered call. Actually, I sold it moved up, so I closed out my calls, and on any another update, I will throw on and sell 2 more calls. But we've done well in Palantir moving forward. Over the last year, yeah, we made over $1,000, $1,094, so done pretty well. But I like Palantir, but it is at the top end of the range, I believe right now. It's moved up quite a bit, but we make money as it moves up. 28 and 52 IVR. They've got earnings on 8.5. Next one is Supermicro. Just put that one on fairly recently, and it's done really well. It had a drop, and that was, I kind of watch and see what are good buys, and now it's consolidating, trading in a range, but I think it's at the low end. I think it's going to make a big move up. They're huge in AI as well. They've got partnerships with NVIDIA. It's got high IVR at 46. 909 is the price. My target's 1,000, so 10% higher than this. And we made that $110. We just put the trade on recently. SoFi had a move up last week, so it's starting to do better. I'm going to move this over here. But earnings on 7:30. The CTO, I did see him on the CEO, and he was talking very well about it. They've got earnings on 7:30. I think they're going to do very well and move up. So I'm just staying along with my leaps options. They move up as just like owning stock. So we've got some videos, check those out. But you can own the stock for rather than paying $697 for 100 shares, you pay half that basically utilizing leaps options. And then just like owning the stock, it goes up in price. If you look over here, this is 13,000. If it goes up to 20, we make 14 grand based on, and it could. I mean, we'll see how things go. I think over time, over the next year or two, it's going to continue to do well. TLT and TMF with those interest rates coming, the interest rate cut coming in September should do very well. Those are bond funds. I'm not going to talk too much about them, but now's a perfect time. I've got leaps on out in January. Actually, they're not quite leaps because it's 187 days, but they're way out there on calls that I bought, and those will profit as the stock price moves up, just like owning the stock. So it's a leap, but just a little bit shorter term because I think those interest rates going to come in September. Toll Brothers. The housing stocks, real estate is just starting to do well. There is a shortage on housing, so I'm looking to put this one on Monday when the market opens. I don't have it on yet, so I've just got that on my radar. But I think Toll is going to do well. It's been down. You can see the recent move up. I think it's going to continue up. Same with Lennar. You pick either one are great. Tesla, I'm long put spreads 248. I'm not going to fight and try to put on the other side because Tesla, my long-term target is something like 360. It's way up there. Never underestimate Elon Musk, and they've got earnings on 723. We've done well in the last 30 days. I think we've made 578 bucks just in the last 30 days. But we're long Tesla, so we make money. We're profitable as long as it goes up. We're profitable all the way down to 233. It's at 248 right now. You can see the chart. There was a move back down, but it's starting to trend up. A few more left. We've got Ulta. It's done really well, and I just recently put it on after a big drop. So when you see good companies that have dropped right after earnings, it dropped way more, and they beat on both the top and bottom line, but they lowered guidance. And the fundamentals for Ulta are great. So we're profitable, above 392. It's at 412 right now. And just in the last 30 days since I put this on, 166 bucks. So I like Ulta right now. My target is 500. It's at 412. So there's a lot of room to move up in Ulta as well. The VIX, I actually bought a VIX contract. If you look at the chart, it's at lows and any spike up. And with the election coming, I think volatility for the market in general, the S&P 500, can move up. If it moves up to 21, we stand to make a lot of money. It's at 12 right now, but it's just kind of something I threw out there. The VIX, buying the VIX. I normally sell premium, but with this VIX, it's kind of a test. Verizon's done really well. I own 100 shares just because it's got a 6% dividend, and so I did a regular covered call. I normally do poor man's covered calls, but due to the dividend, with a poor man's covered call, you don't collect the 6% dividend. So I wanted to own the stock. It costs a little bit more. So for 100 shares, it's $4,145 to buy it if you wanted to buy it now. But I sell calls against it, and it's just been a cash cow, collecting the dividend and then collecting the monthly premium on the calls that I sell against it. And I think you just look in the last 30 days, 120 bucks, based on mainly the calls, because it's been staying pretty steady around that 41 range, 35 to 42. So you can see it's just staying in that range around 40, 41. But that's okay. 6% dividend, I'll take it, and then I'll also take the calls premium that I'm selling against it. ExxonMobil, Iron Condor, it's down to 113, so we're at the lower end of that. Well, we're still somewhat in the middle, but we've done really well in ExxonMobil over the years, and just in the last 30 days, and last 30 days, let's see, 179 bucks. So I like it in the range between 120 and 110. And you can see it's been trading in that range. Here's 120 right here, and then 110 down here. It's been trading in that range, and like ExxonMobil. Zscaler, I believe, may be the last one. Yeah, Zscaler's done really well. It it was down too low, and it's a cloud security IoT software as a solutions provider. So all huge growth industries. They've got earnings on 9.3, and they're going to do well. 235 is my target. It's at 201 right now. Unfortunately, IVR is low right now, so not a great time to sell premium, but I'm profitable all the way down to 192. And just in the last 30 days, we've made 416 bucks. So I've done really well in Zscaler. All right, guys, I put a link down below for the free options workshop. Be sure and grab that. Remember to hit like and subscribe. Join Mumu. Get your 15 free stocks. Leave a comment, ask a question. I answer every one. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.